welcome everybody to another exciting night of Tech Thursday. I am your host, Hakeem Sanders. Joining me is none other than
the most fabulous Catherine. I know, eh? I was ready this time. Y'all didn't catch me off guard. But welcome everybody. I know for all our Bahamians out there, all our viewers that reside in the Bahamas or
around the world.
But
Our viewers don't only
no, they're
in the
not only
Bahamas.
in the Bahamas, but I'm just saying, to all our viewers who are in the Bahamas, we have been having a very somber, solemn past 2 weeks. And, we want to first start off here at Sanders Consultants on Tech Thursday by giving our condolences to everyone out there who would have lost loved ones in this natural disaster. We want to give our condolences and let you know that, God is able.
Yeah.
As long as there's life, God is able. So we want to, again, give our condolences to everyone out there. And hopefully tonight's show will be uplifting and put a smile on your face as well. So you guys could know that there's still more to life than, what happened, So again, condolences. And we're praying, constantly praying for the Bahamas. Recovery. We say restoration is there. Recovery, restoration. So we ask God for all of that stuff. So we may be techie, but we believe in Jesus.
Yes.
Listen, this man is be boring. My yes. I can start charging rent. Or soften. What the banks doing at what the banks doing? That's gonna say. What the banks doing? Are they softening or they lending?
No.
I was gonna say I won't charge you. I'll be like the banks. I won't charge you rent for saying yes.
No, don't use this platform to mislead the people. By just relax a bit their lending.
Oh, relax. That was the word I want to use.
Some of their lending procedures. That's all. That's all they did.
Oh.
Yeah. Hurricane Dorian came. Hurricane Dorian come and y'all can tell I being right. Like we
listen. Hold on.
All right. You know too much.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It just came and just wreak havoc on two of our islands in the Bahamas, Abaco and Grand Bahama. And again, like Catherine would have indicated, our hearts and prayers go for all the families that's affected, whether or not it's been you lost loved ones or you lost everything in the midst of the storm. And we have a massive recovery exercise going on that has gotten at the international arena. And we started fitting to from a technology aspect to discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
Because during the hurricane, how did the international arena know? How did local law enforcement knew
what was going
on? There had to be in some type means, and so tonight we're going to dedicate this entire month as much as possible to show the importance of technology during such times.
Any disaster.
Yeah, any disaster. I'm not talking technology in your day-to-day life, but more so with this massive
undertaking.
Yeah, well, this massive Category 5 hurricane that came through. How did technology play a role in your lives? Right, whether or not been through communication. Communication could be the use of your cell phone, whether or not it was the media, whether or not it was using your phone as a flashlight.
Or to the radio too.
Or as a radio.
Mm-hmm.
How we want to discuss this, and Abaco was one of the first hurricanes was one of the first islands that were hit, and following them, Grand Bahama got hit, and Grand Bahama did something differently as relates to technology that Abigail did not, or I've not seen it on the various social medias. So I want to discuss that, we want to discuss that and remind persons that these technologies exist. And a lot of it now save persons' lives. And so we want to discuss that. But before we get into that, let's just thank our sponsors for sponsoring tonight's show. Tonight's show is sponsored by Sons Consultants. Sons Consultant is an IT consultant firm implementing IT solutions that fit. If you have a IT issue, give us a call. Let us listen to exactly what your business needs are, what your technology requirements are, and let us recommend a solution that fits for you. Thank you so much, Science Consultants, for sponsoring Tech Thursday. Tonight's show is also sponsored by Bahamas IP, TV, and Communication Solutions. Guess what, people? It's football season. And we have a good one for you. And now is the time for me to play this ad. All right. Thank you so much, Bahamas IP, TV, and Communication Solutions for sponsoring Tech Thursday. Again, it's football season, people. They have the best package in the Bahamas that has all of the latest games. You can watch 2 and 3 games all at once. Just give them a call, and they'll be sure to hook you up at a very, very affordable price. And Alive. Thank you so much, Alive, for sponsoring Tech Thursday. I mean, you guys did a tremendous job in keeping the communication up during the storm, but we'll get more into that, and we'll have various guests to come and speak to that as this month's progress. But if you guys have if you run out of minutes or this next thing, be sure to stop into a live store and get yourself topped up. All right, and we're back.
I'm back.
All right. Technology during a hurricane. By the way, persons, give us a call. We now have live calls. The number is 803-8940. If you're calling overseas, it's 1242-803-8940. Give us a call. We want to hear from you. What are your comments as relates to?
We want to hear your beautiful voice.
Right. If you're one of the persons that experienced Hurricane Dorian firsthand, give us a call and let us know firsthand, how did you use your technology during this hurricane? So yeah, how did you use your technology during the hurricane? I know we here in New Providence, we felt the outer bands of the hurricane.
That was enough. That was enough.
Yeah, that really were.
Mm-hmm.
But how did you?
How did I?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did with my technology,
Mm-hmm.
I tracked that storm. You could have swear I was like a storm tracker. Like I was obsessed. So I was using my phone. I was using my apps, tracking the storm like inch by inch. Oh, you hit us by 3 o'clock. So I had an app, and I mean, I still have the app, and I was tracking it literally like, oh, it's up here at 2:30, you know, but that thing was going a little slow. So 2:30 became 5 o'clock, then it became 8 o'clock. So, and with the use of an app, I was able to sort of locate, you know, so when I felt the wind, oh, that's the storm.
Right.
I mean, you know, so I was able to use it in that manner. And I also use technology to keep close with family members to see how they were doing, you know, like, guys doing okay? How does it look out there? Because, I mean, a lot of the coverage was more reflecting to Abaco and Grand Bahama. So we didn't know how the streets really were in New Providence. So we were able to call family members who were in the west, who were in the north, friends who are out east, to see, well, are the roads this, or is it a lot of water? Could we make it out? And,
Mm-hmm.
so that was one of the ways I use technology.
Okay.
Yeah.
You made an interesting point that you said that you was monitoring the storm via an app, and at one point in time there was time giving to say that when the storm is going to hit, and then all of a sudden the hurricane did its own thing.
Listen.
And by slowing down,
it gone on a drive-through line or something.
Right,
food.
like
Going
yeah,
slow.
like they're going to one.
Bamboo, no. Kentucky line is move long.
Yeah,
move fast.
right.
Bamboo.
They go on one of them long lines, and they just sit there. I mean,
mess up your order and all. That's how long it was taking.
Right. I mean, this particular storm did all kind of weird things. Like, I mean, she, whatever it was.
He.
Whatever the storm was, I mean, it went from moving 10 miles or 15 miles per hour straight down to 0 miles per hour.
I know, literally.
I mean, like, that is just ridiculous for a storm to go moving at 0 miles per hour.
But technology was letting us know.
No, exactly.
Just stay moving, stay inside. You can't go by grandma yet. You can't go by mama yet.
Yep. You can't go outside yet to see exactly what was happening. It was just ridiculous. And again, the media coverage, the storm tracking from the various media houses, from the apps on your cell phone, to be able to communicate with loved ones via WhatsApp, via social media, via telephone calls.
I have an app. I actually even have a radio app. Because we have a very fabulous reporter that everybody wants to listen to every hurricane report from. So I had an app. I have a radio app on my phone. I was able to listen to Daryl, the celebrity, talk about what was happening. Yeah, on my radio, my app on my phone.
Yeah.
Why you listening? Reminiscing with Daryl said.
But I mean, some of the things that he said actually did happen. It did come to pass.
Let's not be too tragic, please.
No, I'm not saying it's tragic, but it wasn't fake news being dispelled. If that makes sense, right?
It was a bit traumatic.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, it's gonna. We're in the age now that where information now needs to be massaged to a point, because you don't know how the receiving end is going to accept it.
I think we need to be sorry, now I like to interject, but I think we need to be more. And we spoke about this about last year about technology and ethics.
Yeah,
that you maybe a lot of people think it's like just communication. And the ethical part of communication. And, we have many platforms that people have been using and dispelling wrong information.
Right.
I think that we need to practice that. We even had a host who was talking about it and how to use technology responsibly. And I think this is one of the things that came out of all of this, and with technology, that a lot of people were using technology. It was in an irresponsible manner.
Yeah.
Sometimes I felt and wished like technology wasn't even around.
Yeah.
I mean, because the things people were putting on the different social media platforms, or like the editing and the this and the that. I think, especially in a disaster, we have to use our technology properly.
Yeah.
We have to use it responsibly. Responsible technology. And that's what we push for than anything, as well as technology, but responsible use of technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And I must give kudos to our media houses over here. And the reason for that is they have stepped up their game. I was never so much impressed to see.
He was impressed when they said, call the supervisor. That's what he was impressed with. Call the supervisor.
Well, you see the supervisor showed up.
He
Anyway.
did?
Yes, he
The
did.
supervisor did?
He did.
I missed that.
You sure did.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did. I didn't see when the supervisor came.
Yeah. the
Okay, but
supervisor
anyway, we talk about technology on Tech Thursday. Yes, you
Right.
know. Okay.
But nonetheless, I mean, the media houses, the graphics, the reporting, the use of multi cameras, the ability now to go from a live shot, in real time, reporting in real time as best and safely as possible what's happening on the island as the summer approaches and this that next thing. For the most part, and to have the various persons come on and discuss it. And the mere fact though that they were there or they tried to stay live as much as possible to run a particular or to bring you the news in a real-time environment. I that was a game changer. What also was a game changer is the fact that some media houses use your and Remy your photos, your videos that you experience in real time and brought it to persons in real time with a little bit of editing to show or to fully allow the story to be told in its realist form. And I thought that was a game changer because I have never seen that here in the Bahamas before, as relates to hurricane and reporting and the various media houses. So, and the mere fact that now stories upon stories upon stories upon stories were coming out and was coming out in an orderly fashion, and you were able now to for the islands that were not affected, and for the world now to see exactly what is being transpired on the various islands that were affected. And I thought that was just amazing. You were saying something?
Yeah, I was saying back to technology.
We what? That is technology.
You know, we look at the media, but what I was more impressed with when it came to technology, because we spoke about this on previous shows, and if you guys want to see what we spoke about, you know, go back and search our page. But we talked about the different things used to track hurricanes, and they were basically on point for this hurricane. They were on point for this hurricane. So technology has stepped up its game. You know, you're different with the Canadian model, the British model, the US model. But for the most part, that cone was right. And when they say that I was hitting over Marshall, but I hit that place. And then when they say it's going over Freeport and stalling. So it shows the importance of technology, that if technology was so not, or it was not as accurate as it was, I think the disasters would have been worse.
Yeah.
I mean, when it came to life, loss of life, I think it would have been worse because a lot of people heeded and believed and relied on the technology out there. So, you know, when we talk about technology and its importance, you know, I mean, this being a bad example, but a good example, you know, we had some loss of life, but it would have been worse if technology was not at where it was or where it is right now.
Yes.
There would have been tremendous loss of life because a lot of people heeded to what was being said, and some came to New Providence and some went to wherever they went off, you know, internationally. They evacuated.
Yeah. Or seek high ground.
And that's because of technology.
Yeah.
You know, they could have seen what was happening.
Yeah.
The planes, like I said, we won't go over this all over again. But you know, the hurricane planes, they were going into the eye from that storm was way wherever it was. And you know, with technology, and since we got to put science in here, technology and science, they were able to exactly determine what was going on. And so that's the importance of the true importance of technology. And we want you guys to embrace it. So we always say embrace, you know, a lot of persons were like, oh, that ain't this. But technology showed you that was what it was. So, you know, you guys can view our previous weeks where what we looked at and how they actually track hurricanes and all of that. So
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, I want to take a minute and just look at this picture because in our previous episodes on how to prepare for hurricane,
Yeah.
one of the things that we said was make sure that you have a backup, right?
Oh.
Backup of your files. And we have suggested many ways that you could back up your files, right? And to see the shared devastation,
The building isn't anymore, but
that buildings that once stood there moments ago are no longer there. That means that if you had a hard drive or a computer, this, that, the next thing, that is gone. But if you had saved it to the cloud, then once you have the ability now to go ahead and save, get internet access, you'll be able now to retrieve all your important information. You know, I think.
Or also, hold on, sorry. You know, you might have lost. There may be some lost, and for places maybe that didn't get so much water damage, but let's say your systems were, I don't know, your roof flew off, whatever, but your computer's there, but it may have damage. There may be ways to retrieve that information. So before you think everything is lost and all the information is gone, reach out to companies like Sanders Consultants and wherever other company that's out there, tech company, and see if your information could be retrieved.
Yeah.
You know, it's better to try to retrieve you. I'm sure there may be a fee, the diagnostic fee, to see if, you know, if the memory is still there, if information is still there, try to retrieve what's still there. Reach out to your local IT firm to get that information. So that's something that we suggest.
Yeah. But yeah, the ability, the unfortunate circumstances that persons don't know where important documents gone, like their passports, the birth certificates, stuff like that. I think now is the time. And again, the cloud has its advantages and its disadvantages. But now is the time to make copies of those items.
Yes.
And store them someplace.
Where's the flash drives that we have special on?
Someplace around.
Yeah, we have specials going on.
Flash drives, someplace around.
Yeah.
But we have. I think we have flash drives.
Hi, Tiffany.
$14.99 for some flash drives.
Yeah.
They're small that they can fit on your keys, and it's not chunky and all of that. But again, the ability to save it on flash drives, the ability to have it stored in the cloud, in your email, stuff like that. When
if anything happens.
Yeah, if in any event that something happens, because guess what? Nobody expected the shared devastation that occurred in both of those islands. Nobody expected that. Like, that is the first time I've seen a hurricane of that magnitude.
So if you had to, once things are saved, and if you guys watch our stuff, y'all might be like, oh, they're repeating the same thing, because that's how important it is.
Yep.
If you guys, and right now a lot of people wish they had access to their passport. If that was on that flash drive or in a cloud, you could be to the U.S., whatever this thing they have now going on.
You've been able to go to the passport office, you've been able to go to NIB and be able now to say that this is that, but you lost everything, but here's a copy of what we made.
Here's a copy of my passport. Here's a copy of my land paper. Here's a copy of my birth certificate.
Yep.
And a simple flash drive. You know, a lot of people would say, oh, I had to swim, but if you had, it's so small, it's really small. If you had a copy of it, I'm sure you could put that in a little Ziploc container or saran wrap, and put that in your bra, wherever you could have swim, and you would have that. So, we urge all Bahamians to listen. Please invest in a flash drive. Secure your information somewhere than that physical copy. If Dorian didn't teach us anything, it should teach us that we should have a backup of everything that we consider important.
Yep.
Everything. I witnessed a lady, I guess she was saying something, and she was like, oh, she lost her bank cards and everything, and she didn't have a passport, and how could she get money from the ATM? And she's in New Providence. She doesn't. If you had a copy of your passport and the picture, I'm sure if you, I can't say I'm sure, but I would think if you go to the bank and you were able to print off that copy and show them, hey, this is me and I'm here and I need to get $1 off my account, I'm assuming that they may be able to give you that information. I don't want to say they will, but back up everything. Business owners, back up everything. Moms, hey, Tiff. Moms, your kids, their documents, school wise. Okay, we may just be. Let me let it hit home. You might have a 10th grader or an 11th grader, and let's say something happens. You have nothing. If God forbid you have to relocate and go to Canada, America, Europe, back up your kids' profile. The world does not end at a hurricane. It still continues.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have their profile. You don't have any of their grades.
Profile?
Like a lot of kids now are putting their profile together.
What?
Like for college, university, their entrance. I'm telling parents to back up all of this stuff.
Oh,
That's
okay.
important as well.
Yeah.
That's important. Not just your land paper and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Your kids' information, because they're displaced too.
Yeah.
So we definitely tell you back up your information, all of it.
And I mentioned earlier inside the broadcast that in Abaco, when the storm first landed, persons were reaching out for help, and they were saying Facebook videos, voice notes.
Praise God for that.
And etc. To give an idea of the location of where they were. But Freeport, Grand Bahama, did that, but they did a step forward, and I must commend them. Now, I only saw Freeport did this, right? So if Abaco did this, then I didn't see it. But Grand Bahama, I saw where they actually sent out the location of the longitude and latitude of the exact location, and I was like, yes, this is technology at its finest, because once you know exactly your longitude and latitude, guess what? You have debris in the road, you have water in the road, you don't, what used to be there as a potential landmark to say, yes, this is where I'm at. Like, if you're on a boat, like when you're driving a car, is okay, but when you have a surge coming and the ocean coming on land, you now need a boat to now transverse and rescue persons. That longitude becomes very important.
Okay.
And there's
apps for that too, okay?
No, I'm saying, but
I'm just saying for people out there, because they may be like, well, what is longitude and latitude? That's,
No, well, it's just like the WhatsApp location.
Yeah.
Right. So so on WhatsApp, you can actually send your location, and it pinpoints exactly where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I saw Freeport went to that next level, I was like, technology at its finest,
Mm-hmm.
Because again, once you get that, persons know exactly where you are. They don't have to worry about it's a red house with a blue roof or something like that. No, that and that longitude. Again, that's geographics, I think, or geography. The world is big of insects and blah blah blah, and everything. Yeah, right. But if you guys want to call in, let us know. 803-8940 is the number. You guys comment in the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
We know that everybody is playing an active role in trying to bring some relief to the victims. And even if you're not a victim, you've witnessed this, and you are affected some way or another. But technology, we want to continue this conversation throughout this month, because technology, I feel, is going to continue to play an important role in saving lives and helping us prepare better, and even now improving our billing infrastructure. You have to use the technology.
Yes, you do. You do.
Exactly.
You need to. You need to.
So we're going to continue this the rest of this month.
But we want everybody to be prepared. If you have
Yeah.
our business entrepreneurs out there, listen, we ain't trying to scare nobody into doing nothing.
No.
But we just, of course, using technology. They saying it's two or somethings out there what we gonna need to not happen. But if it happens, if the good Lord allows it to happen and it comes to New Providence, we need to be prepared.
Yes.
Use technology.
Yes.
Start the process now. Do not wait until it's too late.
Yep.
I'm going to iterate this and we could cut this and we're going to make a little video of this.
Yep.
Prepare your documents, save them, scan them, save them to the cloud, save them somewhere. This physical thing that we're so used to as Bahamians,
Yep.
it doesn't even exist really anymore. We keep these structures. If you guys need help, if you don't understand, you can use our services and save it. We do all that backup. We do everything. Render our services. Call us. It's worth this than what we see now is going on.
Yep. So true. So true. So as these storms or these systems, I should say, continue to develop, that's now threatening the Bahamas. I think now the central part of the Bahamas is now on a tropical storm watch as of this show now. After experience Hurricane Dorian, that was a Category 5. So you guys, technology, again, back up your information. We don't know what's going to happen. We know who's going to be affected. But what we do know is everybody needs to be prepared.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And we're doing this clarion call to everybody, government agencies, business owners, the layman. You can back it up to the cloud. You can retrieve it when you want to. You don't understand it. Okay, if you think you can afford it, give us a call. You will see how affordable it is and how easy it is. How easy it is, Be prepared. I mean, as much as you can be prepared.
Yeah.
So
again, next week we're going to have part 2 to this. Hopefully we have a guest on to really explain how they use technology.
And we want to say thank you to Alive. Listen, everybody's giving Alive all kinds of whoop whoops to this. They did an awesome job. Y'all know I always squeaking out Alive. We want to say on behalf of, I'm sure you all heard everybody complimenting Alive, but we want to, you guys see what we've been saying about Alive. So we want to thank you, Alive, for keeping the communication up, The communication, that technology was awesome. We were able to communicate, people were able to call into the radio stations. Even if they didn't have the internet, they still could have called in and say, I'm looking for my mom. She lives this way. Did anybody heard from her? If you can hear me, mommy, I'm thinking about you, or daddy, or cousin, or whatever. So thanks, Alive. And thanks to the Men in Blue. We have a prejudice for the Men in Blue. But, thank you guys. We heard about the awesome jobs that you would have done. So Jack Thursday says thank you.
Yeah, I mean, because that's another aspect. You have foreign militaries in town.
Using technology.
They brought their technology to assist helicopters as a technology.
Yeah.
Roll-off boats are technologies. Different machineries that they use are technologies. I think we have a mobile hospital that's being erected. I mean, there's so much different technologies that's being used to in the aftermath, in the recovery exercise, to bring relief. But that's a whole different story, a whole different show that we are just now digging deep into. But we will be sure now to discuss it, just to show persons exactly what's happening and how it's happening. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Be sure to stay with us. We will be sure to keep you guys abreast as to what's happening, and we wish Godspeed on the recovery exercise that's has now been undertaken.
And call your local IT firm to help
And
with
if you
your
don't have a local
recovery.
IT firm,
Recovery and restoration, 2 hours with IT. Recovery and restoration. So
yeah. So again,
and like he was about to say, if you don't have an IT firm, you can check us out, Stannis Consultants.
yep, at 803-8940 or 359-1626. Yep.
All right. So if you guys, I don't know, you want to say something?
Yeah. So a night I gone through my head this afternoon. I
Always.
think yeah. We're gonna use Tech Thursday one of these days to help raise funds using technology. So you guys stay tuned for that.
Oh yeah, no, but that's another thing we looked at. How anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Right. So we know that there's a lot of donations going on, but we're gonna show you guys some technology during a live show that could assist also now in helping raise funds for the victims of this massive hurricane that came and ravaged the Bahamas. Thank God it's gone. But again, we hope that we don't see another category 5.
Listen, we don't even need to see a category 0.2.
Yeah, for a very long time.
A long time.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for staying with us. We'll keep you guys abreast on the fundraising exercise and the different technologies that we're going to use. Hopefully, it brings some smiles and joys to your life during the process.
And it was so amazing. Hold on, you guys, I'm gonna let you go. We were tracking this hurricane like, listen,
as soon as we come off, we're gonna start tracking this new one, tracking these 2 new sets.
But you know what was awesome? We saw on one of the channels that this guy allowed, I think it was ABC News, to see what was happening in Freeport. Abaco. They could actually go through his cameras on his house, and they could see the destruction live. And that's a way you could use technology.
From an international standpoint.
Even if you say, "Hey, I'm thinking about going," you can access your cameras on your home and see what's going on during the storm. So,
provided that you have electricity.
PPL is our friend. PPL is keep us powered up. PPL, remember me when I speak, eh? Don't cut me off.
Before they cut us
He's my friend. My friend Z.
I don't understand how the hurricane ain't touched. Nah, I saw him. He was off for 4 days.
Okay.
But anyway.
Don't mind him.
He was off for 4 days.
At BPL, and we talking about? We was shining like a diamond. You was the bestest.
Let me help you get this one off this show. Yeah. But see you guys next week. Yes. Stay tuned again for the fundraising exercise. We're going to get some partners involved, and we're going to get you guys involved in a fun, unique way of trying to raise funds for Hurricane Dorian victims and to help persons quickly restore their lives to some sort of normalcy. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, our telephone lines will remain open during our live show. Again, the number is 803-8940, right there on the bottom of the screen. We want to hear from you. We have the text, the chats going, but we want to hear from voice. If you feel up to doing video calls, we can bring you in during a video call and we could have an actual conversation. But we want to hear from you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in with us tonight. And we'll see you guys next week. Good night, everybody.
Good night.